Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode.
All right, so here's the things I'm doing today. I'm going to get spiritual for 10 seconds, and then we'll go into practical. So the Bible says to not worry about tomorrow, because there's plenty of troubles to handle for today. Okay, I'm going to take that at face value, and I'm going to run with that. What's the stuff I can handle today? Well, in 2 days, we have a challenge that kicks off with 50 members, plus maybe another 15 or 20 in the pipeline. So we're going to make sure that those folks have a great onboarding experience, the instructors and the volunteers, and great measurement in. Make sure the current leads that we have in the pipeline, we get closure, whether they're going to buy or not buy. And my sales rep is crushing that. He's doing amazing at it. I'm seeing stuff all throughout the day, which is amazing. I met with a coach that I'm hiring to help me figure out how do I sell a higher value package. So right now we're just selling $150, $180 a month things in the $400 challenge. What higher price items can we sell to give higher value experience? And so we came up with some stuff. We're going to meet once a week. We also have like group calls and stuff. We're putting together a $4,000 package, a $2,000 package, and an $800 package, and then a normal $200 a month option. Not as many people are going to buy those. That is fine. We're going to offer them, and a few people that buy it. So we sell one $4,000 a month option. That's the same as 20 members. If we sign up 20 new members, that is a big deal. All I need is one high ticket sale. And then, there's some more fulfillment on it, so it's a little bit more cost, but it's not that bad. If we sell a $2,000 package, that's going to be some fulfillment, but it's still the equivalent of 10 members in revenue. Maybe 8 members of like net cost, but still, like, these are things we can do. We can do that today. We can craft that out. We can make that product. We can invent it out of thin air and offer it to people and then fulfill it we can sell it today and not know how to fulfill it tomorrow, but we know what we're fulfilling. That's what I'm trying to get at. What else can we do today? I can create another episode here on this podcast. That is something I can do. I can work my day job and stay employed there. I can reach out to a company that I know needs a sales rep, and I can do some side work potentially because they need salespeople to do this kind of thing. That's for the personal income side. I can get access for more for my franchisor. So like my franchisor makes social media posts. They craft those every month, and we're not using those, and I'm not using them. And my manager does not have access. So I can connect my manager to the franchise company. Say, hey, please give my manager access so we can do this and this. And then they can respond back. Okay, so great. Now we can start creating organic content. That's something that we can do. I can take a workout for the day. I can throw some weights, do some cardio, and do something that's beneficial for my physical body. I can make sure I eat a good meal. I can make sure I'm eating healthy. This morning, my stomach was just turning in knots, just indigestion. I can take some Pepto-Bismol to help with the stomach congestion. I can practice gratitude with my kids and be grateful that we have kids, that we have good kids, and that we have amazing kids that are going to benefit the people, the world, the society. That I can nurture and invest in them, and I can figure out ways to be fun with them. It doesn't fix all the problems, but I can take today's challenges one action item at a time. I wrote down, I had a one-on-one with my manager today. He ended up not making it. And I spent like a good 30 minutes documenting what I've done over the past week, showing like, hey, here's what I'm working on. Here's what I'm crafting. Here's steps that I've made. And by reminding myself more often, here's what I got to do today. Here's the baby step I'm going to make on these 5 projects I'm working on. Each project gets a baby step. Here's the cumulative of 5 days of baby steps made. Okay. We can show progress. We can document a plan, work the plan, take the steps in the plan. That's all. That's the best you can do. And if the world is going downhill, if society is collapsing, if we're hitting a recession, if I'm going to get fired, if we're going to lose members, there's no benefit to worrying about the known or the unknown future. If something's going to happen, like we're going to have a rough 2 months of revenue, okay. Do we have access to funds? What can we do to ride the storm? Can I talk to the lender? Can I talk to the landlord? How can we ride this out? This is not a catastrophe. This is just a season of frustration and difficulty. And what we can do is take things one at a time, one action item at a time, or delegate something to someone, one thing at a time. And let's look into our crystal ball here. Let's pretend this whole gym falls apart. This business was a fraud. Let's pretend it was the worst decision of my whole life and everything implodes. Let's pretend that happens. I may as well go down trying, making sure my employees are taken care of, my members have a good experience. I give my best to my kids because they're going to be here longer than any of my staff or the members. Like, let's be real. My family is going to be here longer than any members. So they got to get the best of me. Or at least they have to get a good piece of me every day. If this thing is going to crash and burn, why would I stress about that today when it's going to happen like tomorrow or the day after or the day after? I don't need to stress about it today because nothing changes about tomorrow happening. That's fate. And if I do know that, and let's pretend like this is going to turn out, this is going to be a success story. This is going to be a wildest dreams. It's going to cash flow a lot of money. Everyone's going to have pay raises. Members are going to have dream transformations. This thing will pay me an amazing owner salary or withdrawal. But I don't need to stress about this because it's going to pan out and be fine anyways. So no matter what ends up happening, I don't need to stress and panic or be falling apart on this. I need to know this is a struggle. This is an issue. What's the game plan? What's the baby step for today? I don't have to fix everything, but what's the baby step for today? And that's all that needs to get focused on. That's up with the stomach churning. I think that's my barometer that this is working. I downloaded a book. The obstacle is the way. And essentially, once you have a roadblock or a struggle or a tough spot, that's the thing you need to be focusing on. If we were easily getting 2 members a day, like every single day, that's not an obstacle. That's something that's on autopilot. That's a good thing. But if we're struggling to get 2 members a day, that's the thing I need to be focusing on. If that's the top priority for the business, that's the focus. So I'm going to lead our staff in these mental frameworks and these habits, in handling emotions and handling stress. Stress does not benefit your life. Stress only ignites you to action, or it takes a toll on your health. So I'm learning how to lead, and I'm first test patient on this whole thing. So that's what we're doing today. I'm prepping for tomorrow. I'm listening to that book. I'm going through what I can do. I'm gonna have a great challenge with these members. It's gonna go well. I've reached out to some places where I could do some side work if I have to, one way or another. I'm talking to a company about launching potentially this personal brand of mine. If I get fired or laid off from my day job, which it's tech, you never know. How can I set myself up for podcasts, for coaching, for being a positive source of expertise for people and monetizing my knowledge? That's a worthwhile thing. So I don't have to buy anything. I don't have to do anything, but I can set an appointment for myself with an expert that's done this before. I don't know the price. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know if that would work. I don't know if that was even a good time. I don't even know if my wife would approve. I don't have to have all those answers. I just have to book an appointment for another day, talk to someone about launching my personal brand. Because that's part of this whole journey. It's the business, personal brand, coaching. And that's all I can do for today. And that's okay. So I'm going to slow down my breathing. Breathe in through my nose. Out through my mouth. I'm going to do one thing on each of my work projects. One thing for the accountant at the business. One thing for my manager at the business. One thing for my sales guy at the business. One thing in the personal brand. One thing. Just one more. And I'm going to show up as a kick-ass dad tonight. and I'm going to feel those highs, and I'm going to feel the lows. And my kids are going to be there. I'm going to show them what it's like to fight. I'm going to show them what it's like to show up, to not give up, and that it's okay to feel sad sometimes. And I'm tearing up because I've watched some really good Instagram videos about kids and how fast they grow. And I'm going to be an amazing dad tonight, and that hasn't been on the top list for the day. My job tonight is to show up as an amazing dad. And I'm going to do just that. Let's rock and roll.
This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.